All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a tour of some of my police patch collection. I collect Texas police patches, in particular ones from areas where either I've lived or currently live. And some of these dates I'm going to give are approximate. I don't need anybody sending me any messages saying, oh, that's not the right date. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, these are going to be as approximate as I can get. But the Brownsville Police Department obviously is uh, the state's southernmost city of Brownsville, Texas, and it has been incorporated since 1848. And interestingly enough, the Brownsville Police Department didn't wear uniforms up until the 50s or 60s. Before then, yes, we had police officers, but they were jokingly referred to as Pancho Villa's army because they kind of looked like a militia, just wearing whatever clothing they had and, enforcing the laws in Brownsville. But I wanted to go ahead and get started with this patch right here. This patch is emblematic of the 1950s, 1960s era. You see these patches a lot. I'll show you some other examples from my collection from other cities. But this inverted pie piece or pizza shaped triangular patch was worn from about the mid 1960s all the way to the mid 1980s. I want to say about 1984. And again, just, Brownsville Police Department with the star on it. And like I said, guys, this patch is very similar to what you would find in other cities. I've got some examples here. I've got a Harlingen triangular patch. I've got a Falfurrias triangular patch. And then I've got some others around Texas here. Let me show you one of my personal favorites, one of my friends' hometowns, Robstown, and then Bastrop's. So we've got, that's Robstown's again, known for their cotton. That's why they've got that little cotton ball there in the cotton field. And you've got the Bastrop triangle. So like I said, this was worn, this style, I'll show you the Brownsville one more time. The Brownsville PD one was worn again from about the mid 1960s to about 1984. Now, I don't have a transitional patch that was said to have been worn before the next one I'm going to show you, but Brownsville is rumored to have used a circular patch. Again, I don't have one in my collection. I've only seen a grainy picture of one. One of my friends, Leonard, has one in his collection, but it doesn't look the same as the circular patch that you see in the picture of that I have. Maybe I'll post a picture in the comments or whatever. But the next patch I have here was worn from the mid 1980s, so 84, 85 to about 1997. And that is the Crossroads of the Hemisphere patch. That is the old Brownsville city motto. It was the city of Brownsville, and again, it was the Crossroads of the Hemisphere. If you look carefully in the middle, you'll see the old city seal as well. And that city seal was broken up into four pieces, and you'll see one piece is supposed to represent some foliage. Again, you can't see it too well on the patch, but again, if you look up a clearer image of the old city seal, you'll see it's supposed to be palm trees. One is supposed to be the international bridge between Brownsville and Matamoros. I think those are supposed to be golf clubs, and I don't know what the other is supposed to be. I'm sorry, but that is the old city seal. And again, there's a globe at the center. And again, crossroads of the hemisphere is at the bottom. Again, and this is going to run up until 1997 because the city motto is going to change, and I'll go ahead and reference some other changes as well. I have a couple of variations of this patch. That is the standard. I have one that's a little bit, I guess it's a different manufacturer. I don't know if it's earlier or later, but it's a little more sharp as opposed to rounded off. But again, you'll see the same city seal, City of Brownsville, crossroads of the hemisphere, same style. And I also have one, well, I have the subdued one, of course, obviously for your special response teams, special weapons and tactics, what we call SWAT, things like that. But again, that is the subdued patch. And then I also have another variation, which I can only assume was for higher ranking officers, maybe uh, at the time, lieutenant, captain, and above. We don't have captains in the Brownsville Police Department anymore, but at the time we had captains. So again, I'm assuming this gold bordered variation would have been for maybe a higher ranking officer on his uniform. Again, all these patches I'm showing you at the time, the uniform would be your standard LAPD style, dark midnight blue, almost a black shirt, and you'd see these on there again. When the triangular patch was worn, and up to that circular patch, the police officers also wore an American flag on their uniform. So again, this is the what I can only assume would be the variation of the high-ranking officer because of the gold border. Now, again, in 1997, the city underwent some changes, and there was a massive renovation uh, done to the downtown area, to the Market Square area, which was City Hall at the time, and a new city motto replaced Crossroads of the Hemisphere. And that new motto is the same one we use today. It's it's on the border by the sea. And again, with that, the city seal also changed, and you can see that here in I guess what you can call version. If you take the circular patch into consideration, this would be Series 4, the fourth generation patch. And again, you'll see it says on the border by the sea. That's the new, replacing the crossroads of the hemisphere. Let me go ahead and just put them. I mean, it's almost, it pays an homage to the original. The original is a little small, or not the original, I'm sorry, but the series before this, it pays homage to it. It almost looks the same, a little bit of different size, but again, you can see the similarities. We didn't go too crazy with a redesign. Again, the city seal changes, the size changes, the city seal changes, and the city motto changes from Crossroads of the Hemisphere to On the Border by the Sea. And another thing that you see here incorporated is the 1848 year in which Brownsville was established. Now, keep that in mind because we're going to go back to that in a little bit when we see the next series of patches. But this one is the one that you'll more commonly find on your online auction sites and collectors because again, this one is was used up until, so we've got 97 ish up until 2002, and this is the kind that you'd see. I have several variations of this patch. Obviously, I've got the SWAT subdued version. It's kind of nice, the gray and the black. Again, same thing, just gray and black, same word mark, same 1848. And let's see, what else do I have here? This one is interesting because it's the same style as this series of patch, except it's in a different color scheme. I don't know. I've heard different stories on this. I've heard stories of this maybe was going to be used for the bicycle patrol, but I've also been told that it was just a test scheme that the city ordered to see if they wanted to move away from even the color scheme of the previous series patch. But again, ultimately, the powers that be decided against it, and they went with again the navy blue with the blue border and the city seal. But again, these are kind of neat. You'll see these pop up on the auction sites every once in a while. They're not super rare. I mean, I've got two, but again, they're kind of neat. But again, and another um, police officer friend of mine said that another reason why they decided against this patch variation, this color scheme, was because it mimicked the local school district police color scheme. Now, I don't know about that because again, the local school district color scheme is more royal blue than this kind of gunsmoke light blue. But again, I kind of like it, and again, I'll stick with my version of the. It was maybe going on a bicycle patrol polo shirt, and they just never used it, or they just decided against it. But neat color variation. Let's see what else we have here. I think that does it for the up to 2002 color variation. Now, the one that police officers wear, and let me get the series I just showed you. Bear with me here a second. I'm shooting from the hip here, guys. I don't have a script or I don't have anything written down. I just picked up some patches from the collection, and I just wanted to make a video on this because again, love my hometown, love our local, support our local law enforcement, and I just wanted to showcase these. But again, no script, just shooting from the hip. So bear with me if I kind of and through the video. Okay, so this is the series that ran up until 2002, and the series that has been worn for the past 19 years, whatever. I'm not good at math, but since 2002 all the way up until today is virtually identical. It is almost exactly the same. The only difference is, again, I'm sure you're smart enough and you can see the difference already. It's not the Da Vinci Code, but the 1848 date has been removed from the city seal on the patch. Again, for everything, all the research I've done, I majored in history and I specialized in local history. Charles Stillman did establish, and again, I'm not here to debate Charles Stillman. People will say, Juan Cortina was here before Charles Stillman. Whatever. It is what it is. We're not going to worry about that. But there was some controversy at the turn of the millennium about the date in which the city was established. So as a result of that, the powers that be at the police department removed the 1848 number date from the patch, and again, you just have your city seal without the 1848. You see that in other cities as well. I don't know if it was a thing, but Kingsville did the same thing. They did away with their year establishing. They had the King Ranch, or they had the King Ranch logo on the patch, and they removed it again. When I do the Coastal Bend series, this will probably be the start of a series of videos. Again, not that I have a million subscribers. I don't think I have any subscribers, but I'm just doing it for kicks here. Again, it's from one of my hobbies. But if I ever do the Coastal Bend stuff, Corpus Christi, Kingsville, Robstown, I'll show the different variations of the Kingsville patch. But again, this one, I don't want to say it's hard to find, but if you were to punch in Brownsville Police on the popular auction site that everyone knows about, you're hard pressed to find this one without the 1848 date. You'll find plenty of these. You'll find plenty of the old Crossroads of the Hemisphere patches, but this 1848 patch is the one you'll probably find. This one is a little bit harder to find. So if you find this one, add it to your collection because it's a little bit harder to come by. And with this one, our current police chief released a. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but over the past few years, there have been a lot of breast cancer awareness patches that police departments have put out for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Brownsville is one of the newest or one of the latest cities to join the trend of that. And they put out a patch for breast cancer awareness. There's others that other cities, San Antonio will do them. San Antonio will also do one of my personal favorite patches is the autism awareness patch. And that looks like, again, if you've ever seen the autism awareness logos, they usually look like multicolored puzzle pieces. And what the police departments usually do is they'll use that as a background for their patch. I don't think Brownsville has put out an autism awareness patch. Hopefully, I will talk to the powers that be. Not that they listen to me, but suggest that maybe they put out an autism awareness patch as well. But the police chief released this patch for fundraising for the public, and it is a simpler patch based on the Brownsville PD patch. Obviously, same size, same dimension. Pink word marks and with the pink breast cancer awareness ribbon, pink border, and pink lone star. And again, the PD actually wore one that was exactly like their patch, but in pink. And again, through a very good friend of mine, I was able to obtain one of those as well. And again, that is this patch right here. Again, you've got pink seal, pink wreath, pink star. I'm sorry, the star. No star. The star was replaced by the breast cancer awareness ribbon, pink border, and you still have the white Brownsville police word mark. But again, this is, I think, only last year. I don't know if it's been running for 2 years or if it's been running for just the last year. I'm not 100% sure. But again, that's the breast cancer awareness patch. Nice patch. Again, when I do the San Antonio collection, I'll show you my, I think I have some Bexar County. I've got some San Antonio Park Police, and I've got the regular police as well, and the pink breast cancer awareness colors. And I also think I have a San Antonio PD autism awareness patch. But again, we'll save that for the next video in the series. I don't know if I'll do Coastal Bend next or if I'll do San Antonio. But we'll figure something out. Probably San Antonio since I have those here with me in where I'm at right now. All right, so now I just want to show you a few auxiliary patches that I have added to the collection. We have the old badge patch, which again, Brownsville. This is not what our police badge looks like anymore, but our police badge used to be an eagle-topped shield with the eagle clutching the rank ribbon in his mouth. And again, Brownsville, Texas. And again, the metal badge would have the police, the officer's number right down here. So that is the silver and navy standard one. Then we've got the gold and navy that would be used again by your higher ranking sergeants, lieutenants, higher up. And then we also have the nice subdued version. Let me move that out of the way. And we've got the nice subdued version right there. Black and muted gray. And along with these, we also have the municipal jail Again, our Brownsville PD obviously runs. They have a jail. Don't ever want to end up there, God forbid. But we've got some interesting jail stuff. We've got the older style Brownsville detention guard variations. Then we also have the detention rocker. It used to be worn with these patches. We've got the detention rocker. And we also have the newer version. I'll show you the rockers as I go in a minute. Let me see if I can pull out the old detention rocker. This is, move those out of the way. This is the modern day detention rock. So what you'd be looking at is obviously you'd be, where are we? Patch. There we are. We'd have Brownsville PD patch. We'd move that down just a hair, and we'd have the rocker above, right? So we've got detention, and one rocker, and to go with the modern one, we've got the detention officer badge patch as well. Again, you see the city seal in the middle. And so this is what the detention officers would be wearing. And again, so moving forward from here, we'll go with the rockers. We've got Brownsville PD. We've got our explorers. Then we've got our 911 dispatchers. And we've got, these guys are super important during the month of February. We have again, those of you who are native here already know this, but those of you who are not, we have a pre-Lenten celebration called Charro Days that's been running since 1938. And the traffic wardens are crucial to protecting downtown, keeping the streets safe, and keeping the traffic moving downtown, especially around the Washington Park area, which is actually adjacent to the same block that our police headquarters is at, which is right next to the old Southern Pacific Railroad Depot. That whole area gets congested because Washington Park holds an annual celebration called Sombrero Festival, and then there's the parades that are about 3-4 blocks down on Main Street, Elizabeth Street. So these traffic wardens are crucial to keeping the flow of traffic going. They don't wear the navy blue that Brownsville PD wears. They wear a light blue, like an NYPD, the vintage NYPD blue colors. So that is the traffic warden rocker. We've got the traffic rocker. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to be disrespectful, but our meter readers, I think, don't quote me on that, but I don't know if meter readers or anyone that does any traffic enforcement wears the traffic rocker. And again, finally, obviously everyone's favorite. I know some cities actually have, like a German Shepherd or Belgian Malinois, whatever, incorporated into a style of their patch, and they'll put the dog's face and canine, whatever. But Brownsville, the canine officers wear a type of BDU, a tactical midnight Navy uniform with this rocker and patch, and again, little canine patches on their collar tabs as well. But these are our canine units, and again, obviously, you can't mistake them because they'll have the old German Shepherd or Belgian Malinois in tow, and you can tell who a canine officer is. And let's see what else we have to show you. Again, this is just I know it's a standard style, but these are Brownsville PD Sergeant stripes right there. Those are the style, again, the midnight with the white outlined royal blue stripes. And again, you'll see different variations of this with different, California Highway Patrol, I think, uses a similar style with gold bordered chevrons or whatever. But this is your standard Brownsville PD. I've always advocated, again, big fan of the LAPD. In the LAPD, you have three levels of police officer: P1, P2, and P3. A P3 will have corporal stripes. So I've always been a big fan. Not that this would ever happen, but if I were ever appointed police chief, I would have the senior police officers wear the corporal stripes, so two stripes instead of the sergeant three. But that's just me. I like uniform stuff. I'm sure police officers don't really care about stuff like that, but I think it's kind of cool. And those are the sergeant stripes. Let's see what else do we have. Where is this one's kind of neat. If I can find it, there it is. Again, when Brownsville PD officers hit the streets, they will have what's called a field training officer, and this is the patch a Brownsville PD field training officer wears. Again, midnight royal blue circle with a couple of lines with FTO in the middle. I'm sure several police departments use those. And I think, one more for our police volunteers. I don't know, maybe they wear a type of shirt, jacket, I don't know, whatever, hat. But this is the police volunteer Brownsville patch. Again, that pretty much brings the old patch showcase to a close for the Brownsville patches. Again, very, very proud of my hometown. Brownsville native, Brownsville born and raised. And again, I just wanted to showcase some of the collection. And I will probably be making some more videos. Like I said, I have a friend, Leonard, who is a very, 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 his patch collection far outweighs or outshines mine. And he's a Magnolia City native. He's from Houston. And I have some Houston patches. I want to touch base with him to see if what I have and what dates I can use and whatnot. And I'll do a Houston one. Again, I can do an Austin, San Antonio video. And again, a Coastal Bend video. Kingsville, Corpus, Robstown, Bishop. You know, the road that the 77 trail that you would take when you're leaving the Rio Grande Valley and moving up into Corpus before you split off to 37 to hit San Antonio. I also have a pretty extensive Rio Grande Valley collection with, again, Cameron County stuff, Harlingen, McAllen, San Benito stuff. I've got some smaller cities, Peñitas. I've got Far, San Juan, Alamo, Hidalgo County stuff. I've got plenty of other patches. Again, I have a pretty extensive collection. And again, if this video takes off, I mean, like I said, not that it's not going to go viral. It's not going to get 1 million hits, but I'll consider making more if I get any comments. I want to see more patches. Again, police patch collecting has been a passion of mine. I've been doing it for the greater part, I guess, going on 3 decades now. So, again, I very much enjoy police patch collecting. You know, call me what you want. You know, people have derogatory terms for law enforcement enthusiasts, but I have a lot of respect for police officers and the job they do to serve and protect us. So, again, I just try to honor their commitment by collecting some of their regalia, some of their patches. But again, guys, that's going to do it for this video. We're already going about half an hour, and if you've stuck with me, you're awesome. Or either that or you're super bored and you don't have anything better to do. or I've spammed you a link to it and you felt obligated because you're a friend of mine. So again, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Drop me a comment. Again, don't bother liking or subscribing or anything. Like I said, I don't know when I'm gonna put out more content. This is just stuff that I do randomly. Uh, Again, I have another video that shows custom McFarlane figures. I've got some light bar collection videos on my channel. And again, maybe later on, once I get some of the vintage Lego stuff going on and rebuilt, I'll do some of those as well. I'm kind of I'm a hoarder slash collector. I like collecting things, vintage toys and patches and badges and things. So I'll show you some stuff, I guess, whatever. We'll go ahead and do that. But yeah, I've talked your ear off. Again, thank you for listening. Those of you who are police officers out there, stay safe. Know that there are definitely civilians out here who have your six and support you. God bless. And until next time, have a good one.